God has said rest, everything meant for you will arrive. This is not an invitation to laziness. It is not a license to sit idle. It is a sacred call to settle your heart, still your soul, and put unshakable trust in the one who never fails. When God speaks, storms bow. When He commands, creation obeys. So when God says relax, it is not optional. It is a holy guarantee that He is moving where you cannot see, setting in place what your eyes have yet to witness, and preparing blessings beyond your imagination. Then why do you worry, beloved? Why let your soul grow weary when God has already declared peace over you? Why pace in the midnight hours, tangled in anxious thoughts, when the King of all creation has sworn to sustain you, provide for you, and finish the work He began? The fight is not yours. The outcome does not depend on your stress, your hustle, or your overthinking. It depends on the God who holds time in His hands and calls every star by name. There is power in stillness. There is glory in surrender. There is victory in patience. But in this world, we've been taught to chase, to force, to strive, to panic, because we think everything depends on our next move. We treat God like a backup plan, a last resort after we've tried everything else. But hear this with all the fire of your faith. When God says relax, He's not saying give up. He's saying look up. Look up to the heavens where help comes from. Look up to the skies where your prayers have risen. Look up to the throne where your answers are already written. You cannot control what is beyond your reach. You cannot manipulate timing, people, or outcomes. But you can trust. You can believe. You can rest in the mighty arms of God, who has never failed a single soul that depended on Him. God said, relax. Not because there's nothing to do, but because He has already done what you could never do. He has opened doors no man can shut. He has softened hearts that were like stone. He has cleared paths where none existed. And He is not done yet. Faith is not just shouting hallelujah in church. Faith is the quiet confidence when the bills are due and the answers are few. Faith is when your eyes see nothing, but your heart says God is working. Faith is when you stop rehearsing worst-case scenarios and start declaring divine outcomes. Faith is not a mood. It is a mindset. It is the refusal to be moved by what is seen and the unshakable trust in what is spoken by God. But God has told you to relax. Then there is nothing in the universe that can undo what He is bringing to pass. People may delay it, but they cannot destroy it. Circumstances may twist it, but they cannot take it. Your own fears may blur it, but they cannot block it. What God has written for you is sealed, and no amount of anxiety will speed it up. No amount of panic will make it happen faster. You must wait in peace, not in torment. You must wait with assurance, not with fear. Some of you are tired of waiting, tired of hoping, tired of believing. But let me tell you, your tiredness is not a sign to give up. It is a sign that something is close. You're not tired for nothing. You're tired because the breakthrough is near. The enemy fights hardest when heaven is about to deliver. But God says, relax, not collapse, not retreat, not fold. Relax, breathe, trust. The pressure you feel is not the end. It is the birth of something new. Many of you have been running, striving, comparing your life to others. You've been watching others prosper and wondering when it will be your turn. But hear me, what God has for you is tailor-made. It cannot be rushed, it cannot be stolen. What others have is not your measurement. What they accomplish is not your timeline. God has His own schedule, His own design. And when He moves, it will happen so suddenly, you'll forget the years of waiting. You don't need to prove anything. You don't need to explain yourself. You don't need to manipulate outcomes. What you need is stillness, spiritual stillness that anchors your soul in the truth that God is faithful. Do you think the one who formed you in the womb would forget your needs? Do you think the one who sustains the sun and moon would overlook your prayers? God is not a man. He does not lie. He does not tease. He does not change His mind. If He said it, He will do it. Relaxing in God is not weakness. It is warfare. It is declaring to the forces of darkness that you will not be shaken. It is standing in the face of delay and saying, I know my God. It is looking at the chaos around you and choosing peace. That peace is a weapon. That stillness is a sword. Because the enemy thrives on your panic. He wants you to believe that time is running out, that God forgot, that you missed your chance. But the devil is a liar. Time belongs to God. Destiny belongs to God. And your moment has already been scheduled. Do not confuse movement with progress. Just because others are busy doesn't mean they are blessed. Just because you are still doesn't mean you are stuck. God grows things in silence. The seed does not shout while it breaks through the soil. The tree does not scream while it bears fruit. God is working silently, deeply beneath the surface. And when it's time, He will raise you up, not by your might, not by your efforts, but by His hand alone. You don't need to worry about who left you, who lied to you, who overlooked you. Let them go. Let Him walk. Because what God brings to you will never leave. What He ordains for your life is sealed with power. You are not behind. You are not late. You are not forgotten. You are hidden. Hidden in God's purpose. Hidden in God's protection. Hidden until the perfect time. That is why He tells you to relax, because your worry is doing nothing but stealing your joy. Your fear is doing nothing but wasting your strength. And God did not bring you this far to abandon you now. He did not part the Red Sea of your past just to let you drown in the river of your present. Trust Him. If He made a way before, He will answer again. The waiting is not punishment. It is preparation. You are being made ready, not just to receive the blessing, but to carry it with wisdom. You are not just waiting for something to happen. God is making something happen in you. And when the blessing comes, it will match your maturity. It will match your strength. It will match the character God has been building in you through every trial, every delay, every sleepless night. So don't rush the process. Don't beg for shortcuts. Don't panic when the door seems closed. When God says relax, He's telling you the door is not locked. It's just not time. And when the time comes, you won't need to knock twice. You won't need to force anything. It will swing open because God is the one who opens and no man can shut. Let your heart be still. Let your mind be quiet. Let your soul return to its anchor. You don't need to have it all figured out. You don't need to have every answer. What you need is to return to the posture of trust. Trust like a child. Trust like a warrior. Trust like someone who has seen God move before and knows He will do it again. God sees the tears you cry in secret. He hears the prayers you whisper at night. He knows the silent battles you fight that no one else sees. And He is not distant. He is not deaf. He is not idle. He is present, active, and watching. And when the time is right, He will send help that overwhelms you with joy. He will send peace that makes no sense. He will open a floodgate of blessing that will silence every doubt. When God says relax, He is not giving you a temporary escape. He is inviting you into eternal alignment. He is calling you to a life where your soul no longer panics at every delay, where your spirit no longer trembles when things don't go your way. It is a shift, a transformation, a spiritual recalibration. Because when your heart finally lets go of the illusion of control, God takes over in ways you never imagined. God takes over in ways you never imagined. Your surrender becomes the soil where miracles grow. Your stillness becomes the stage where His power is displayed. There is a divine order in God's process. Nothing in your life is random. Not the silence, not the detour, not the people who left, not the door that didn't open. Even what you call failure, God calls preparation. Even the seasons that felt like a wilderness were part of God's holy design to teach you trust, to teach you dependence, to break you free from the chains of human understanding. Because when God is all you have, that's when you discover He is all you need. Some of you have been trying to force what God has already removed. You've been chasing what God has already closed off, and now your soul is tired. But God is saying to you today, stop chasing, stop striving, stop trying to fix what was never yours to fix. Relax, let it fall apart if it must, because God allows things to break. Only when He is about to rebuild you into something stronger. What you lost was not the end, was the beginning of something greater. God never lets go of His own. Even when you don't understand Him, even when His silence seems unbearable, even when His ways appear hidden behind layers of mystery, He is still with you. He is still guiding the currents of your life with precision and purpose. The delays are not denials. They are divine pauses meant to position you, to protect you, to prepare you. And sometimes the greatest test of faith is not inaction, but in inaction. Can you trust God enough to do nothing but believe? The enemy wants you restless. He wants you exhausted from worry. He wants your mind tormented by the unknown. But God wants you anchored. Anchored in His Word. Anchored in His timing. Anchored in the unshakable truth that what is meant for you will never pass you by. Not by mistake, not by delay, not by human interference. What God has for you is wrapped in divine security. You don't need to race after it. You only need to remain aligned with Him, and in His time, everything will fall into place. Relaxing in God is not letting life happen to you, it's letting God happen through you. It is not passivity, it is spiritual posture. It is the heart standing firm even when the winds howl. It is the mind refusing to bow to fear. It is the soul saying, "My God knows what He's doing." And that kind of peace, that kind of unwavering confidence only comes from knowing who God is. Not just in theory, but through every battle you faced, every valley you've walked through, and every tear you've cried. You are not forgotten. You are not invisible. You are not a mistake. God crafted your life with such care that not even a moment has been wasted. Every disappointment, every delay, every closed door, it has all been part of a divine masterpiece. And just because you don't see the whole painting yet doesn't mean it's not beautiful. Just because the story feels unfinished doesn't mean it's not powerful. God is still writing. God is still moving. And when He's ready, what He brings into your life will make sense of every sleepless night you've ever had. There is power in trusting when you don't see. There is strength in standing still when everything around you screams, "Run." Faith is not the absence of questions, it's the presence of obedience. And God honors the heart that waits with quiet expectation, not with fear, not with desperation, but with bold confidence that says, "I don't know how or when, but I know my God will do it." That kind of faith moves mountains. That kind of faith unlocks heaven. When your plans fail, don't panic. God's plan never fails. When people leave, don't beg. God will replace what is lost with what is better. When nothing is working, don't collapse. Sometimes God brings everything to a halt so He can rebuild you with clarity. His ways are not your ways. His thoughts are higher. His timing is perfect. And when He finally releases what He has prepared for you, it will come with no sorrow, no confusion, and no struggle. Only peace, only purpose, only power. Many are asking, when will it happen? When would my life change? But God is asking you, can you relax even now? Can you trust even in the delay? Can you believe even in the silence? Because it's easy to trust when the door opens. It's easy to praise when the miracle comes. But the real test of faith is whether you can still worship in the waiting room, whether you can still walk upright when you don't know what's next, whether you can still bless God even when you're bleeding, and the reward for that kind of trust. It is unspeakable. It is the favor that finds you. It is the breakthrough that overtakes you. It is the provision that meets you where you are. You will not have to run to chase it. It will run to find you. That's what happens when you relax in God. You stop chasing what the world says you need, and you start receiving what God knows you need. The difference is everything. The world's pace is panic. God's pace is peace. God doesn't need your fear. He needs your faith. He doesn't need your stress. He needs your surrender. And when you give it to Him fully, freely, completely, He begins to shift the entire atmosphere around your life. People you never thought would help you will show up. Opportunities you never imagined will present themselves. Doors you didn't even knock on will open. And all because you trusted. All because you stopped forcing and started flowing with God's perfect will. Don't measure your life by what you can see now. What you see is only a shadow of what God is preparing. You may feel stuck, but God is not stuck. You may feel delayed, but God is never late. You may feel like nothing is changing, but God is changing everything quietly, deliberately, eternally. The moment you stop striving and start surrendering is the moment you align yourself with supernatural flow. Relax. Not because the journey is over, but because you finally realize you're not walking alone. God is with you in every step, every struggle, every silence. He is guiding even the details you overlook. He is protecting you from things you don't even know are threatening you. And He is working all things together for your good. Not some things, all things. Even your pain, even your waiting, even the parts that don't make sense. This is your time to rest. Not in defeat, but in faith. Not in frustration, but in hope. Because what is ahead of you is greater than what is behind you. God is not finished. He is not done writing your story. And the next chapter will make you weep, not with sorrow, but with joy so overwhelming you'll drop to your knees in awe. You will say, God, you did more than I asked, more than I imagined, more than I deserve. That's the kind of ending God writes for those who trust Him completely. And when God tells you to relax, He is not asking you to step away from purpose, but to step into trust. Trust is not passive. Trust is not weakness. Trust is fire-tested strength. Trust is the posture of a soul that refuses to be moved by what the world says because it has been rooted in what God has spoken. God is not looking for noise, for performance, for panic. God is looking for stillness, because stillness is the language of surrender. And when your soul is surrendered, heaven responds. Heaven does not respond to chaos. Heaven moves in response to faith. You must understand, God is not on your clock. He is not governed by your deadlines. He is not shaken by your emergencies. When God says relax, He is teaching you to release your grip on time. You may think you're late. You may feel like you're behind. But God sees you right on schedule. There is no pressure in heaven. There's no anxiety in the throne room. The God who controls the flow of time is never rushing. The God who sees the end from the beginning knows exactly when and how your breakthrough will come. Stop measuring your worth by what hasn't happened yet. Stop defining your future by the delay you see now. Delay is not denial. Delay is often divine protection. Delay is where God prepares what is beyond your imagination. You prayed for something great, but do you really believe that greatness can be rushed? When God makes diamonds, He applies pressure. When God molds vessels, He uses fire. And when God prepares a soul for destiny, He often tells that soul to be still, to wait, to trust. Why? Because you must be ready to carry the weight of what is coming. God is not building for now, He is building for always. You are not being prepared for temporary applause. You are being fashioned for eternal impact. And what you carry must be rooted in obedience, not pride. So God strips away your dependence on results. He tears down your addiction to recognition. He removes your idols, success, relationships, speed. And then in the quietness of surrender, He speaks. He whispers, "Relax, I've got this." And those words spoken by God are more powerful than 10,000 battles. There are things you're praying for right now that seem far away. But God is not delaying to punish you. He's delaying to align you. Because if you received it too early, it would crush you. If you walked through that door without strength, the weight would destroy your peace. So God builds your endurance in silence. He strengthens your character in the shadows. He sharpens your discernment in the waiting. And when the moment is right, when your spirit is ready, when your enemies are silenced, when the time is perfect, God will move. And it will be sudden, it will be complete, it will be undeniable. Relaxing in God means living in a different rhythm. The world screams, do more, move faster, chase harder. But God says, be still and know. Know what? Know that I am the one who parts seas. Know that I am the one who makes streams in the desert. Know that I am the one who calls things that are not as though they were. You don't have to exhaust yourself trying to prove your worth. God already declared it. You don't have to beg for what is yours. God already assigned it. You don't have to fight to be seen. God already chose you. And those who are chosen by God don't chase, they attract. They don't panic, they prepare. They don't force, they flow. When God is your source, you stop leaning on people. You stop relying on circumstances. You stop looking to the left or right, and you fix your gaze on the Almighty. And in that gaze, in that holy focus, you find strength that makes no sense. You find peace that surpasses understanding. You find joy that endures beyond pain. You find purpose that no man can cancel. So lift your head, shake off the dust, let go of the fear that's been choking your vision. You are not forsaken. You are not forgotten. God has not left you. He has hidden you. He has protected you. And He is speaking to your soul right now. Relax. It's coming. What I promised is still on the way. Not one dream placed in your heart will die if it was born of God. Not one dream placed in your heart will die if it was born of God. And it's not God. Not one tear you've shed in faith will go uncollected. God sees the sacrifice. He sees the pain you didn't speak. He knows the burdens you carried without complaining. And He is faithful. He is just. He is mighty. He is able. God will reward you, not in men's time, but in perfect time. And when that time comes, the same people who overlooked you will be in awe. The same places where you were rejected will open their doors.